What is the easiest way to decrease injuries and accidents at work? Well, in this video I'm going to concentrate on accidents, because accidents do happen, and I'm assuming that you already have in place very good health and safety policy and great health and safety procedures depending on your industry, and that you are compliant with all of these and perhaps you're going above and beyond. Now, what I'm going to share with you today is something that has perhaps been forgotten about, certainly in the English workplace. It's now being used a lot more in Asia and India, and it was a bit of a fad in America back in the 70s. And that's something called biorhythms. Now, this is a free and easy and possibly even fun to implement procedure in your workforce, in your workplace. And because it can be a lot of fun, it can also decrease a lot of stress, which will have knock-on effects and benefits in other areas, in savings for your company. But as a direct effect, this can decrease accidents according to some research over the last sort of 5-10 years. Now, what is a biorhythm? Now, we're all pretty much aware that a lady's emotional rhythms change over a period of a month, some more than others. And so this is called the emotional biorhythm. But through careful observation we know that also men also have an emotional biorhythm, and two other biorhythms have been speculated. I say speculated because there is still a lot of contention as to whether they exist. And that's an intellectual biorhythm that lasts about 33 days from high to low to high again, and a physical biorhythm that lasts 23 days. Now, with the biorhythms, it's not actually critical as far as accidents is concerned to know when your high or when your low is. It's actually critical to know the point where it crosses the line from being high to low, or from where it goes from being low to high. So, behind me, biorhythms. So, the physical biorhythm lasts 23 days, the emotional biorhythm 28 days, and the intellectual in green, that's 33 days. So, at birth, they all start here at 0, and then they all climb to a high, and then they go to a low. And it's the critical days are when they cross from high to low, or again from low to high. It's these points here where people are more likely to have accidents, where things are more likely to go wrong for some reason. And studies have shown that actually the emotional biorhythm is perhaps the one that has got the least to do with accidents and injuries. So really all you need to take care of and look at are the physical and the intellectual biorhythms, and where they cross the line and where they become critical. It's even more critical, however, to look at where you have more than one biorhythm crossing on the same day, either both going down, both going up, or crossing one another. And even more critical to know where there are triple critical days, where all three biorhythms are crossing at the same time. So how do you calculate this? We have to know someone's date of birth, the month, year, day, etc. And there are free calculators online which can print out charts for a whole year, a whole month, a whole week. Depends on how often you want to do this, how you actually implement this. You may just want to do a month at a time. So for every employee, get the month chart done, know when their critical days are for that month, and on those days actually take a few moments to make them really aware of all the critical dangers in your workplace, of the health and safety policies and procedures. Maybe tell them the day before to read through the manual or have a look, or to think about it. Because it seems to be that making people aware on those days and making sure they're aware on those days alone will make almost as much benefit as actually telling them every single day, which takes a lot more time and most likely doesn't get done. So take the time to find out when their critical days are. Try and maybe get them involved in it as well, so that they can actually have a look at highs and lows and work out when their triple critical and double critical days will be, because they don't happen very often. But those are the ones to really take note of, and to take extra special highlighting for. And maybe on a critical day, triple critical day, maybe you want to give them the day off work. Might be the best thing to do, and to warn them that they could have an accident or an injury. Because this only happens sort of once every 40 years or something, a triple critical. and double criticals, maybe put them on slightly different duties, but probably enough just to make them hyper aware of what may be happening. So look out for my other videos on how to prevent injuries as opposed to accidents, and how to prevent colds and flus. These are all free for you to watch. May not be necessarily free strategies to implement. You may have to tell people to do stuff, and this should all help make your company more profitable and run more smoothly and make it more fun. Okay, bye for now.